to school, found life could be cruel. Have to persevere hard as you can. Use the given tool, make it there or fall. To the world you prove you are a man.
Il a réalisé sur Saint-Hilary numéro 5 le temps de 51 secondes et 53 centièmes. In the middle of the front row, Regazzoni, who comes from Lugano in Switzerland, 31 years old, drives for Ferrari, 312 B2, 151.5, 151.
The moment of greatest tension for a racing driver is just before the start. I don't jump the flag, says Clay Regazzoni, but I do know the fastest way to get off the mark. I concentrate on looking at the starter's wrist, and I use my ears and foot to keep the engine revving correctly. Let the clutch in too quickly, spin the rear wheels too much, and you've got a bad start. When that happens to me, I go deep into the first bend and try to brake later than the driver in front. You've got to avoid getting stuck in line as the field spreads out in the first lap. one mistake. If I'm not dueling with another driver, my concentration starts to go. I begin to think about things that have nothing to do with the race. And that's dangerous. It's a waste of time looking at the instrument panel during the race. I charge on until the engine gives up. The pit crew can tell me how the race is developing. I concentrate on the driver in front of me and the car in my mirrors. To give up is to admit defeat. Clay Regazzoni knows the feeling. No oil pressure, damaged tires, and there goes the race. His own frustration and disappointment are reflected in the faces of the Ferrari mechanics. They spent long days of hard work meticulously preparing the car. Then their prize money goes to someone else. There's only one winner in motor racing. When the checkered flag falls, all the other drivers are forgotten. Every victory means more points for the World Championship, prize money, fame, publicity for the sponsors who finance their driver. When I stand on the winner's podium, I have this feeling of being liberated, free. The atmosphere of the race is all around me, and I'm happy. No one knows why Gianclaudio Giuseppe Regazzoni became a racing driver. He was born in Lugano, Switzerland in 1939. His father, who owns an automobile body shop, is the mayor of a small village in the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland. Son Gianclaudio served an apprenticeship as a body worker. At the same time, he attended business school in order to eventually take over his father's shop. He became involved in motor racing by chance, first as a spectator, then as a modest beginner, driving an Austin Sprite and a Mini Cooper. Forging ahead into Formula races, Clay Regazzoni became known as a daring driver, skilled at slipstreaming faster cars and braking deep in corners. His audaciousness also resulted in collisions with other cars, with walls, guide rails, embankments. At that time, he was called Hell Driver, Kamikaze, Accident Happy. But in 1970, when for the first time he lowered himself into a Formula One Ferrari, he took off like a comet on a career that's been absolutely unique. In only his 5th Grand Prix, Clay Regazzoni took the checkered flag and finished the season 3rd in the World Racing Drivers' Championship. I always dreamed of sitting in a Ferrari. I never expected to be able to drive a Formula One race. My life has changed completely. I'm always on the go, racing, test driving. I seldom come back to Lugano. I know my family suffers, but I love this kind of life. The pressures on a Grand Prix driver are not only to be found on the racing circuit. Autograph sessions, celebrity nights, motor shows, television appearances, advertising campaigns. Nothing to do but grin and bear it. Clay Regazzoni's car and driving suit are among the best crowd pullers of the entire Formula One circus. a non-smoker and wine connoisseur, he publicizes cigarettes and mineral water, as well as watches, gasoline, tires, clothing, and furniture. Grand Prix racing is one of the greatest money sports in the world. The drivers reap the benefits of lucrative works contracts, generous bonuses, astronomical publicity fees. Race organizers profit from expensive tickets sold to upwards of 100,000 spectators, as well as lavish television contracts. And advertising, now woven into the very fabric of motor racing, is all-pervasive. Its messages emblazoned on the stands, the pits, and the circuits. It's a business dealing in the lives of the drivers. And the drivers have long ago come to terms with the possibility of death on the circuit, although they may never admit it. After a fatal accident, drivers talk to each other. We talk about safety measures, about the nature of accidents, about fire hazards. We keep it low-keyed, matter of fact. There's very little discussion about the driver who's been killed. Other drivers have observed that Clay Regazzoni will sit in his pit for hours, while his competitors strut around in front of their admiring public like proud roosters. He's probably not even aware of what he's become in the last few years. A reluctant star, in fact, and sometimes he gets furious when too many autograph hunters pester him.
On the second row, then we have his teammate, Clay Regazzoni, in the second of the works Ferraris, 722.7. He had a crash on Friday.
He has nothing of the casual sophistication of a Jackie Stewart, who instinctively upstages everybody else. Regazzoni is like a sleepwalker. He hurries from success to success. He could very well go right home after winning without even bothering to collect the prize money or accept the honors.
To school, bound life could be cruel. Have to persevere hard as you can. I can't help the way I am. found life could be cruel. Have to persevere hard as you can. Use the given tool, make hero or fall. To the world you prove you are a man. One day there you are, was it really far? Looking back at early days before. Took your chances then on a new made friend. Carved the final stairway from the raw. So you carry on, knowing something's wrong. Tingle always there inside your blood. So you carry on, knowing something's wrong. Tingle always there inside your blood.
Count Wolfgang von Tripp said, "We drive because in undertaking something dangerous and doing it well, we experience a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. The feeling that we can cope with whatever problem may arise lays to rest any apprehension we may have." Joe Siffert said, "Race driving is a profession. I try to do it as well as possible. I know that sometime something might happen. The risk is a driver's responsibility to himself." And Jackie Stewart, "On a day like this, I don't believe any driver who insists that it's all worthwhile. There's despair everywhere. But we'll get over it and drive again."
So you carry on, knowing something's wrong. Tingle always there inside your blood. So you carry on, knowing something's wrong. Tingle always there inside your blood. Helmet tight secure, maybe last time or will there be another place? And then they add up the score. Friends who died, what for? Do you hear their names spoken again? I can't help the way I am. 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 Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na